And the doll that I represented here is called EC Shirley Ejo. And we learned 5 different types of vertex edge graphs, and I represented that on the doll. So the first one, which is called a path, which I represented using 3 different dots, and there's 2 different colors, white and red. So the first one would represent her university education. The second one represents how she was consistent in her studies of human nutrition. And the third one represents her education in the University of Ibadan for her doctoral degree. Then in the back of the doll, I represented her family tree. And since she believed in God, I started off by having that as the first person who everyone else descended from. Then these 2 represents her parents. This would represent her mother, who was a registered nurse, and this would represent her father, who was a chartered accountant. Then they gave birth to Shirley, who married her husband and gave birth to a daughter. Then here I would have a complex graph, and this shows the relationship between Shirley and her father, because her father wanted her to either be an accountant, future in those type of jobs. She either wanted to be a researcher, zoologist, or a nutritionist. So these are the jobs that Shirley wanted to be, which are represented by these 3 different shapes, and these are the jobs that her father wanted her to be. Then the last graph that I have represented right below the head to be a headband would be the cycle. And this shows the different types of jobs that Shirley has had, because she tries to be a consistent person in her community. So she started off as an agriculturalist, which was represented right here. Then she went on to work with human nutritionists. Then she went into biochemistry, then went on to earn her PhD and her master's degree. Then she wanted to be a lecturer, and she participated in research studies. And then lastly, she worked in journalism. And during class, we created different types of ciphers, which I represented here. So I associated different types of colors with different letters of the alphabet. And here I had spelled out her name using the code that I created. And the last thing I wanted to say is that I wanted to give her a cape to represent how she was kind of a hero, because after she went and helped out in human nutritionism, she went to different types of African countries with children who didn't have enough water and who had to go every day and fetch water for their family. And then she tried to give them water to help them have a better life. And this is a representation of Shirley Joe.